Hello, 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 and welcome everyone, and good morning.
Good morning.
First one in the chat for the morning is Richard at Fort Pintos Flips. Good morning and welcome. Get the high point for this morning. We have Alexis. She's actually on the road, but she's doing talk time in her phone. Welcome and good morning. We have Miss Marilyn. Miss Marion, I wanted to say thank you. I'm glad you got your package and that you enjoyed it. Adam Rickett Crate, good morning and welcome. We have Queen Cleopatra in the chat. We also have Rosie's Closet. Good morning, Crystal. Ms. Jean at Jen and JRKR 1964. Welcome and good morning. Also, we have Lone Star Pickle Louie in the house. Jonathan Roseberry, good morning and welcome, everyone.
Lots of great people.
Everyone's having a great day and a good week so far. So, how are y'all doing on your end over there, Tommy and Des?
We're doing. We had no big accomplishments so far this week, but we're doing. Kind of crawling around here. Weather's got us slowing down a little bit, so
yeah.
But we're doing.
Also, big accomplishment. You got your third monitor up.
That I did.
And it is huge. It is a what is it? A 42 inch.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's got the 32 inch, and now he's got the 42 inch above that. That's just
okay.
Trust that it doesn't fall.
Right.
No, that's solid.
I'm just getting a link real quick here. Because we have others that just came in the chat. We also have, where did he go? The Flipping Accountants. Welcome and good morning. We have this Alta, Lisa C, DC Sales. And here's her link if y'all interested in any type of license plates. Lone Star Picker, tell me what's up. Daily Aim today will help. Let me get to my chat. I'm trying to read this little wrong here. Chat. Let's see. John needs to jump off at 9:10, but we'll be back after the meeting. Okay. Thank you.
Enjoy your meeting.
What is your daily aim today to help us inch up to go closer to your weekly, monthly goals? Well, for me, I've been listing. I already have others rate. I have the drafts and pictures taken for the next batch of listings. I already did my listings for this morning, and then I have the next batch ready to go. And then today I'm getting ready to get some more stuff ready for tonight's auction at 5 o'clock. Hump Day auction on my channel tonight at 5 o'clock. Don't forget to come check that out. We're having that this afternoon. We also have Storage Scavenger. That's James. Welcome and good morning. Maggie Doodle in the house. Good morning, Maggie. And hello to each and every one of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
My goals today is to get everything ready for tonight's auction. I already got my listings done for the day. I already have my pictures and listings drafted for the next batch. And then now the day is just a matter of getting stuff ready for the auction for the night. So that was my goal before the 10 o'clock show. And so I basically do that every day and set my goals for that day and try to get them done before 10 o'clock. That way anything after the show is extra bonus for me to get done for the day.
Cool.
What about you, Tommy and Des?
I got to get some listings done. I want to try to get. I don't really have a goal number because I don't really know what I'm going to list. I want to kind of hit each category. So some things are real bigger and take a little bit more time.
Right.
But I got to get some activity going in my sales because since the holiday weekend, I haven't done much with it, and it fell off. Unlike Destinie's store, that's still selling hot. But my goal is just to get my store going. I had not one sale yesterday, and that's the first time in a long time that I had a day with not a sale. So that tells me it's time to kick myself in the butt.
Yeah.
Make that a priority for a few days.
Yes, I didn't have a sale. Come to think about it either.
Really? No, then I don't feel as bad.
And I'm listing every day, so it's not like I shouldn't have any sales. But yeah, I get a lot of people watching, or somebody send me an email. Would you take this for this amount? So I sent them an offer of 15% off. They never bought it. So oh well.
Maybe it was just a bad day then. But usually, if I go a day and I don't get one sale, I'm like, oh, I gotta do something.
Yeah. But I've been trying to average at least 18 to 20 items a day right now. As long as I get them listed, and then my next batch of either pictures and drafts, I'd like to get them done to where the next morning I get into the office, I just put them together. But I keep my constant going every day.
Lone Star says, "LOL, maybe a nap later."
Yes,
I
that sounds good.
usually squeeze one in there sometime, at least a short one, especially on days like today. It is so gloomy.
It's cold.
It's
We
cold,
yeah.
rainy. Yeah, we actually
Our sun's out today, right now.
we had to turn our heat on yesterday.
Wow. Lisa says, my goal today is to clean my house, clean up my business policies, and clear up 5 to 6 listing templates plus list 10. There you go.
There
Good
you
morning,
go.
Lady Shark Victor. Good morning. Hello, Anthony. Pittsburgh in the house.
What up?
Who made the coffee? I did. I got my coffee.
Got my coffee.
I had to refill before we started.
I did too.
Coffee. I don't know. Wait. I want to get my area more of a flow.
I forgot. Craig sent me a message and I forgot to check it out.
And then yesterday, day before yesterday, I did a total in 2 days of 514 tagged items and inventoried items for my antique booth. Then yesterday, I did an additional 32 yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit left on this one. I try to do a box at a time of stuff. I've been getting a lot of jewelry where it's like 6 pounds plus. So I've been going to that and getting them listed and separated and tagged and inventory. And then yesterday, I got 2 cases of brand new sealed, really old albums, 45 albums, still sealed in original wraps.
I love albums.
I just opened those boxes up and got those done. And then I got a lot of old Barbie doll, porcelain dolls, still in its pack with the paper.
Oh, nice.
I got those day before yesterday. I got those opened up, make sure everything was okay. All my shipping that came in. And then, of course, yesterday I did also all my house cleaning and laundry and stuff like that yesterday.
Yeah, I know I've got to get my area more at a flow.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with my background last night, and then Tommy gave me a really good idea. So I'm going to try his idea for my background when I'm live. So I want to work on that, and I want to get some more decals, different decals up in the Prints by TBE store, and I think that's about it. And a nap sounds good.
Yeah, it does. I didn't get one yesterday, that's for sure. I was in bed early last night, that's for one thing.
We were on the road most of the day yesterday.
Yeah, we were.
So
ages, missed the mountains.
Yeah, I seen they were getting snow yesterday.
Yeah, Kimmy actually put a video up on Instagram, Borderline Hoarderish, and it was snowing by her, and I was like, oh, no, we're not ready for that yet.
Right.
No, that's early.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, if you guys know who Hickory Springs is, Valerie, today is her birthday. So if you guys see her in chats, wish her a happy birthday.
Thank you.
No, we didn't. JRK was asking if we got to the bins.
No, not yet, but we are.
We didn't have a plan to go this weekend, but I am thinking about maybe shooting over there Saturday.
Saturday is Automotion.
Monday.
You are not thinking Automotion.
That plan just went quickly changed to another day, huh?
See, when we go to the bins, because it's about an hour and 40-minute drive, we usually do an overnight there somewhere, and we'll do the bins one day, and then we'll hit all the local thrift stores the next day.
Yeah.
Wow. Queen says she just left the post office. It's busy, and they finally opened it in full. She's been having problems with her post office where they didn't even have what the dates are to close. When you go in for business, they've been having that closed for a while. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's in Florida.
Oh, wow. See, our post office has been open pretty much the whole time. And they just have where only 2 people are allowed in the lobby because it's a smaller post office.
Right.
So only two people are allowed in where the post lady is that takes all the packages and stuff. They have clear shower curtains that come down, and then because people were not, stepping on the line because they have priority tape on the ground for their X's to stand. people weren't following that. So now they've got 2 metal tables that stick out really far from the counter. So you can't move any closer to the mail lady. And so, it seems to work just fine. It seems to work just fine. And
yeah, my little post office basically the same way, but what they did was you can only have 2 in the main square office part. Then there's 6 feet parked to where you can stand apart from each other. And usually there's not a lot of night so I've been pretty lucky with that. Also want to welcome in the chat, Never Too Old. Good morning and hello and welcome.
Good
Richard, Ford Pinto Flips is back. Lone Star Pico says, I found 3 multicolor floodlights with a remote control to adjust the lighting for my new stage background and is setting it up when I do my lives. $20 at a yard sale. Wow.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Color changing lights are like my thing. I love them. And I love them so much that Tommy actually, when we were at Hobby Lobby, bought me a Himalayan salt lamp that changes color. So that's awesome. I'm excited to see that.
Crystal's bins are still shut though.
Yeah. I know up here we got a notification that they are open with limited amount of people inside. But they might be closing New Hampshire back up because they've been having a lot of new cases with either going to school, restaurants, and social gathering with weddings and stuff. They're having a lot more cases showing up. We're talking about possibly closing New Hampshire again.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the only state we go to that it's close enough for us to go to the bins if we were to go there, or any Goodwills.
Right.
We have one here in our area, but it's like an hour away. Try Flips, good morning and hello and welcome. We got to run every day. Thank you, Jen.
You have a good day.
Yes, have a good day.
Enjoy your nap.
To the Benz before on Saturday before we get there. Oh, she's so
it's been a while for the bin, so I'm kind of itching to go digging. I like the treasure hunt.
Yeah, and I'm itching for a new bird, so.
Oh, okay.
And I can use an evening in a hot tub, and that kind of helps us pay for that.
Yeah. Usually, when we go to the Benz, I get to pick out a new bird. And so my bestie Mel, she told me that her cousin owns a pet shop that I'm supposed to wait. So it's going to be a hard decision when we go if I want to get a bird right away, or if I want to get a bird and then get one in Pennsylvania. Or
Lisa says, put something underneath the salt lamp. Learned the lesson. That lesson, mine oozed onto the furniture underneath. After I had it a while, it wasn't pretty. Ruined the wooden finish.
Yep. That's what happened to mine. I had it sitting on my desk and just kind of set it off to the side. I wasn't really using it, and I had it on top of a mouse pad or something, and it like all crystallized the top of the mouse pad. And
it melted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it melted.
What is it doing? Is it just leaking or something?
I don't know how to describe it, but
it was like it's sweat.
Yeah, it's like it sweats and then it drips down onto whatever. But it's so fine you couldn't like see it sweating.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know exactly how to explain it. I threw the mouse pad away because it just like settled onto the mouse pad, and then it became like crystal. It looked like crushed rock candy all over the.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like it was. Pad. Well, it looked like it was going to start growing new Himalayan salt. You know, and maybe it would have if we'd just left it and put it somewhere else. But yeah, they do, and I have one upstairs that I learned that lesson with. But it looks like a cage with little pieces of Himalayan salt, and then you can adjust to make it look like it's flame or not.
Oh, okay.
And I moved it, and there was a huge pile of salt underneath it. Yeah. And so I had to put a plate under there.
Well, Paul, good morning and welcome. Hello to you too this morning. Lisa says, yeah, she said it makes like a salt crust underneath it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It reminded me of, like some of those pies and you get that crystallized sugar that's on top.
Yeah.
It does like that, but it's salt.
Wow. Like a creme brulee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's pretty cool at the same time. I really am curious to know if it would have started growing
No,
more.
it's not
So.
going to grow. It's just.
Oh, you never know. It's science or whatever that is.
Right.
If you can make rock candy, why couldn't you grow more Himalayan salts?
I have to look that up and see what that's about because I've never heard of it before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the salt lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
Nope. It's actually just a big chunk of salt, Himalayan pink salt, and it's hollowed out. And then you can put like a light inside so it lights up, and then
You can plug this in so they can see.
Good morning and welcome. Hello, Mr. Dan, the answering man in the house. Good morning. Dan says, as salt is hydrophobic, it's absorbing moisture in the air and it will switch to crystal salt lamp off, particularly in the humidity in the west condition. Moisture has been attracted to your salt lamp will be starting and leaking onto dripping as there is no warmth from the globe to evaporate moisturize that has been attracted. Wow.
So this is mine, and I don't know if you guys can see
Hold on,
the
let me
color
open it.
It does change colors, and
I see it better without it plugged in.
yeah. But this is one
I've seen those before.
many. Yeah, we have quite a few throughout the house, but this is my favorite because it changes colors.
So what is that all made out of salt where it drips up and heats?
Yep.
Yeah. It's supposed to help like purify your house and take all the ickies out, and when you're sick you really want to have these out and about.
It's like a humidifier, just with salt.
It's like
Oh no, Dan, tell us.
it's see,
Enjoys your kids more grandma time. Interview with her about the history and the thrifting estate sales in your youth until now, making sure a great video with some documents. Oh, that's for Anthony.
Yeah.
What is the Colorado weather? Like any snow or bears near you? Oh, that's for Dan. Well, good morning and welcome, Callie Reseller. How you doing, Louis?
Hello, hello.
It's supposed to purify the air. Okay. Cold enough, dusty snow on grass, round deers. Yeah, it's pretty cool up here, but no snow. Thank God. Too early for it.
If it drops like a few more degrees here, our rain's going to turn to snow.
It's 40.
Yeah, because here we've been in the 50s, and yesterday for some reason all of a sudden it got into 85, but usually it's no higher than 70 or a low 70.
Well, we went from 80s into like high 40s, like
wow,
overnight
in a day.
Yeah.
Like crazy. So your body doesn't even have time to slowly acclimate to the weather change. It's just boom.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, because last week we were in the 40s in the morning and night, in the 70s in the daytime, at the low 70s side of
it. We had like 80, between 80 and 90 degrees last week. It was hot. It was sweaty. We were like, because we have high humidity here. And what was it, Saturday or Sunday, all of a sudden it was just cold.
Yep, cold.
And the answer said it's 34 degrees there today, but we'll be in the 80s by the end of the week. Wow, that's a big difference. That's too soon. We haven't even started fall yet.
So I think we skipped fall. It just fall was like, I'm out of here.
And what's the interesting thing is when I was going to the antique booth this weekend, it's amazing to see that the trees are starting to turn colors already.
Yeah.
We had a couple of trees, especially around our shorelines, that are starting to change already.
Mm-hmm.
Paul says in his area it's 90 degrees there in Florida. And for forever, best friend says the fall weather is in the south, humidity in about 80s. Ouch. And welcome, by the way. DC says in Kentucky it's about 50 overnight and in the 60s overnight. back up to the 60s, high in the 80s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, according to...
I just want my mid-70s.
Good morning and hello and welcome, Sweet Texas Finds in the house. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. It is 46 degrees right now with light rain showers.
Wow. South Florida is 81. Kelly says in California it is in the 90s all week. Maggie's in New Jersey with 60s.
Well, Aunt Kelly said last night that it was really hot, and it was like in the 80s last night when she was on with us.
Yep.
So, and that she lives in Florida.
Uh-huh.
Most of my family does. So.
Oh, okay. I called and talked to my dad yesterday, and he said it was raining almost every day in Louisiana. Where he's at.
I mean, we need the rain. Our water levels are pretty low around us. All the rivers are down like 3 feet.
Right.
You know, so I mean, we could use the rain. I don't mind the rain. It's the cold.
Right.
They can keep.
It's the matter of how soon it's going to be before we have to pull out all the winter clothes again.
Right.
Brittany, I sent you a message back there. Thank you.
I just can't wait for the whole year to be over with.
Brittany in here?
Yeah, she
all right. Forever Best Friends has a question. Does anyone on here sell on hip postcards? I've heard about it, but I don't.
I don't either. I never even heard of it.
Well, I've heard about it because like Larry and Victoria do the postcards. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that started talking about that website that they use for it. But other than that, that's all I know about it. The hip postcards is for listing postcards. They do like categories, states, cities around the states, and things like that, and you sell strictly just postcards. Yeah, Victoria and Larry had started on using that platform, and that's the only reason I knew about it.
Yeah, I never heard of it either.
I don't do postcards. I don't ever think I sold one postcard.
Lisa said she had looked at it, but saw it was a monthly sub fee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there is. I don't think that one has any type of free levels. It's all paid levels. Listen, she's looking for a very good site. Doesn't know if anyone have ever tried it. Like I said, the only ones I know that's been doing it or trying it or working on it and they sold already was Victoria Adventures in Reselling and Larry at LL Stash. They both have been using that website.
Wow.
Paul says he should be looking into listing it because I still have thousands of 100-year-old postcards. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, from what I understand on that website, you basically pick like if you go with the state, and then you can list it within that state. But then also, if it's a specific town in that state, you can go to the closest one in that state and also post it on there because that's how people are searching for postcards. So from what I'm understanding, again, I haven't looked into it. You basically list it by the state. And also, if there's a local city around that state in those listings, then you can list it, and it basically lists on those different levels. Is what I'm understanding.
Well, I really don't. If you sell them or you're looking to buy them, that's probably the site.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I knew she was forever best friend. She was talking about that on the show this morning with Victoria. Her dad had passed away, and she inherited a lot of different things. And so what she's trying to do is, like, I know a week or two ago, she was talking about these pins. She had a large collection of pins. And so she was trying to look at getting those listed. And then now she was saying that she has a large collection. Oh, I thought I had it on. Let's see. Would be a good place to sell old photos. I have scrapbooks and portrait of
1800s
and early 1900s. Wow. I know I saw Craigslist Hunter. He did a video yesterday where he sold he thinks it's like the middle or late 1940s. It was a picture of Babe Ruth and his wife in the stadium of another ballpark. And they put it up on eBay And within 20 to 30 minutes of him listing it, it got sold for $299. It was an old black and white photo.
Wow.
Well, that is cool.
You may want to check out eBay. I don't know. That's the only thing I've heard of, people selling a lot of old photos on eBay as well.
I've done more like old high school yearbooks and like naval or army yearbooks. I've done really well on eBay. It takes a while, you know, especially on the yearbooks. People seem to like to buy the military stuff pretty quick. But
Lisa says it's $295 a month for starters, 100 listings free, and it's 11.95% transactions fee on the starter store. That must be for the
hipster site.
Yeah.
Yeah, hip postcard.
Or hip postcard hipster.
Ay.
Exactly. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link into the chat if anybody would like to come in and start showcasing your channel or talking about any particular topic, as long as we're keeping it in a positive manner. There's the link. Mavis in the house. Good morning and hello. Good morning to you too. Let's see. Lisa says above starter is 6.9% of basic and 8.95% transaction fee. All right. Paul says he has pictures of my uncle's regiments in the army and then have Elvis in it. Wow.
Oh.
Family, so how could you even sell that? Yeah, that's true. Well, a lot of times people get storage units and they may have a lot of old pictures in those as well. Lisa says 10,000 free listings. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. But yeah, if somebody's getting some type of storage units, that's probably where they're getting a lot of those old pictures from. Good morning, how you doing?
Yeah, Paul.
Good, how are you? I just want to say that I'm going to have to stop listening to the show in the morning if you guys keep talking about how nice the temperature is there and how the weather is and all that stuff and wearing your hoodies because you're cold. You know, it's just not fair to the rest of us that are sweating our asses off here in Florida.
Sorry. But I get cold easy, so it could be 100 degrees here and I'd still be cold.
Wow.
I'm moving south by Lisa C for the winter. I'm gonna
Lisa C said fees per month I listed, or if you pay by the year, it's more expensive to the month to month.
Yeah, I need to look into that. I mean, I have like, this is just a stack that I've had on my desk for a while. Like
Mavis, go ahead and drop the link to your channel so everybody can go check out your video you dropped.
You know, I have so many I purchased.
Okay, I have a question for you. How do you have that background glare like that where you look like you're very up close to the camera? That's some type of background green screen or something?
No, I have what do you call it?
XSplit VCam?
XSplit, yeah. It's part of OBS.
Oh, okay.
So a friend of mine does OBS. He has a studio, and he tells me, he says, you got to get on, and it's so much easier. It's so nice. So then XSplit just came out with a update. So I just downloaded that. Not that I'm using OBS yet, but it takes over the camera. I mean, I can get rid of it.
No, I'm just curious on how that happened. That's all.
Yeah, no, it automatically brings you to 720.
And the reason I'm asking is because it makes you look very crisp then with that background. That's all.
Well, I'm always crisp. I'm baking here in Florida. What do you expect?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you can see the screen. Lone Star Picker says, Paul, get over it.
Get over what?
Lisa says, how are you sweating your ass off sitting in the air conditioner house?
Well, Lisa, I just called the air conditioner company to get back on a maintenance program because where my office is, it's in the den. my house, and I think the window is so big that the AC is not cooling off the room fast enough.
And oh, you have so much love. Lisa says, I'm sitting on my patio here in Florida, not a single drop of sweat. Get a grip and acclimate yourself.
Yeah, wait a minute. I got a message for Lisa.
Oh, no.
Love is in the air.
I went for coffee this morning a few hours ago, and it was already like 86 and sweating.
I was making you large so you could show us that postcard you were talking about.
Oh, I have tons. I have like so many that I can't sell them enough on. Like this one, this one's a newer one, 1946.
Oh wow!
But I have so many that I can't sell enough on the auctions, so I got to do something. But then I do have old photos and stuff like that. But how do you sell an old photo because somebody famous is in it or whatever when it has your family in it? I could never do that.
Yeah, I can see the
well, that's what I was saying. A lot of times people put pictures up because of the fact that they're finding them in auction storage units.
Yeah, this is what Lisa was watching from her patio or her lanai.
Oh, look how cute. Or in the fact that like Nana does the house clean out. She went out with all these different pictures and postcards and things like that. Yeah. So that I can see about getting rid of those that way. And we have someone else who does storage units. There we go.
Hey, James.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
So how do you deal with pictures and postcards, James, as far as when you find those in the storage units?
I do a lot of auctions with that stuff on most of the ephemera stuff. I did an auction, in fact, just ended on Monday of a book of 1908 postcards.
Wow.
And so
now I hear a lot of people that do storage auctions, they seek out the old owner and give that stuff back to them. You don't do that?
This one, I knew that the owner wasn't available. I didn't even, because a lot of the personal stuff, if it's personal family stuff, we do. We try to. We don't seek them out. What we usually do with that stuff is we give the personal photos and legal paperwork, stuff like that, to the facility, and then it's their responsibility to get it back to the owner. But a lot of the facilities, especially right now, are like, no, just do whatever you want with it, dump it, get rid of it. I don't care.
They put it in the black file, right?
Yeah, they don't want it back. But we do
for
that.
Anybody that doesn't know, this is the black file.
We do that for two reasons. One, it's just kind of the right thing to do for the family to, give them that personal stuff back. But it's also a legal issue because that's a lot of it's their personal identity stuff. I mean, I find Social Security cards, credit cards, driver's license. Sometimes I get their birth certificates. We get that back because I don't want to be responsible for identity theft on that person if something happens with their personal stuff.
Exactly.
That gives us a protection. If we give it back to that facility, then they're responsible for getting that information back in the right hand. If I just throw it in the trash and somebody digs through my trash and steals their identity, I'm liable for that.
Yeah.
So there's a legal issue, but it's just the right thing to do to get that personal stuff back to the people. We do that with all the personal photos. But honestly, lately, the units I've been cleaning out, the facilities are like, yeah, we don't want their stuff. They're not. But like the last one I did, the person had been deported. They were Hispanic and they had been deported back to Mexico. So there was nobody to claim their personal stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, I also want to welcome and good morning to Flippin' Frozen. We have J Mary, and Davis came in. And I saw someone else, DC Sales.
Callie Reseller Lewis.
Callie Reseller Lewis. I said hello to her earlier, so that's good. Yes, file 13 is what I call it. I know when I used to do storage units, they would tell me at the beginning when I won and I had to go do the paperwork, they would let you know, don't give me don't give them their personal stuff, throw it away, shred it, whatever you have to do. Then some I've done where they said to turn it in. So
Yeah.
A lot of times they will let you know that.
But I mean, one of the first rules I learned in this business is you always work through the facility. You never have personal contact with that owner.
Correct.
Yeah,
Because there's just too many chances some of those people are not all there, and they're going to come after you, or they're going to blame you for them losing their stuff and take it out on you. So it's best to not have personal contact with the owners of those units.
I want to also say welcome and good morning to Walt and Sarah. Good morning. They were saying they just came in, but always leave personal items with the unit. Only one time that I've had locations say that they wouldn't take it back. Anything that we are going to do in the mail, their stuff to their most recent address. So yeah.
Yeah, I learned not to do that stuff in a storage unit. So long time ago.
Exactly.
See, I don't know. Everybody has different experiences around here. I always try to leave the stuff, but around here I've been having a lot of, and it just started, I think, just with everything happened this year, maybe something to do with it. But every time I've tried to leave it in the last few months, they're like, "No, we don't want it. Just get rid of it."
Wow.
And
Hey, I just want
facilities rules too.
I just want to say I'm going to leave. I just came in to give you guys a ration for talking about how beautiful the weather was and everything.
Anytime, Paul. Anytime.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to get back there, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get back home until December for a while. But we'll have to make it a point to do coffee or something, maybe at your booth.
Yeah. So, I got to put my video together because I went this weekend and took video and pictures of the way I reset up my booth. So yeah,
nice.
I got to work on that video as well.
I'm telling you, you're 10:30 now. I don't know what time you went on, but I think 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Should do this from the booth sometime. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I know, but I have to make sure the internet works there because a lot of times my phone doesn't get a reception.
Oh, right.
It's an old cedar. It's an old cedar mill.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but
good
I will try
morning,
one day. I will promise you that.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. I'll talk to you later.
Good morning to you too, Paul. Thank you. And don't forget, wait, do you have an auction today?
Well, it's not me. It's everybody. This is my Wednesday swap meet where I let other people come in and sell.
Don't forget to put the link in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
I did an interview with Paul, my first ever interview. It was a really good time. We talked to some really great stuff. So y'all check that out too.
Yeah, a lot of good information. All right, everybody. Good morning.
Thank you, Paul.
Good morning. Have a good day.
Stay warm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I plan on it.
And Lisa, if you're still in the audience.
Oh, my God. I bet the antique booth smells phenomenal. Actually, it's an older one where I don't know how long ago it's been converted into an antique booth, but I don't find it has any type of smell, except for when you pass them by booths that have candles or incense or different types of things going in their booth. It's like that's the only thing I'm noticing, but I really never noticed that.
Yeah, I don't do too well with the incense candles, different candle smells. We have a booth. We don't personally have it, but at the flea market, there's a couple different ones throughout the flea market where they have all those incense and they clash. And I'm like, yep, gotta stay away from that. You can smell it. How far would you say? Like a couple booths down each side.
Yeah.
Like
well, they're incense sellers.
Yeah,
they'll get all the different smells that mix together, and then it just doesn't smell good at all.
No. I tend to get a headache from it, and I'm like, yep, let's go home.
Well, I know all my closets here down in the basement, including the doors, are all made out of cedar. And I love the smell when I go into the closet of that cedar smell.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a cedar hope chest that I love. And I got it from my godmother, my aunt who passed away. And the lid mysteriously ended up in a different storage unit. And so he's got to build me a new lid for it, but everything else was all cedar. And you can still smell it even without the lid on it.
And don't forget, if y'all do contents on your videos on your YouTube channel, go ahead and put your links in the chat. Make sure that everybody can check your channel out. And also make sure that they're still subscribed to you so that way you don't lose any subscriptions and or any notifications by making sure you hit the bell of all notifications for everyone. So what you got going on planning on this week, James?
We're actually, I mean, I'm doing some more videos and stuff, but we are working on our listing challenge from Danica still. In fact, I got a tote right over here. I've already done about 10 drafts this morning, and we're going to be doing some more after we get off here. And then once what I'm doing now is I'm drafting a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'll set up and do all my photos because I use the same lights here on my computer as I use for my photo station.
Right.
I gotta remove everything, reset. So I'll do my photos and then do my photos, list, do my photos and list. So I have everything set up. So all I have to do is the pictures. So I'm kind of getting myself into a flow with that. But Saturday, we're having a big party over on my YouTube channel because Saturday is our YouTube birthday. We're turning 1 year old since we started our
cool.
YouTube channel. And we've been discussing it. We're going to do a birthday bash Saturday afternoon. And we're going to do some giveaways. We may do some auction lots and sell some stuff. And, just have a good old time.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
That is awesome.
So did you go and participate in that? Oh, I think it was yesterday that Danica was doing that listing challenge thing on her channel.
No, I didn't make her listing challenge. I wanted to, but I was really, really busy with a bunch of other stuff going on here. So
right. And so how are you doing with that listing challenge as far as when she made you that challenge one night?
I'm growing. My eBay store is going up, but it's been a little bit of a struggle because Jessica went in the hospital the day after she gave me that challenge. So
I remember that.
And she's getting better. But it's also been the big problem with eBay is once you start getting more activity on your eBay store, it's great, but it's downside on what I'm trying to do, which is I'm making sales. So the more I'm selling now, I'm having to replace stuff I've already listed on top of continuing my growth. So
I love that problem.
It's a good problem to have, but it's a problem I'm having because I had a whole bunch of packages we sold a long holiday weekend, and we sold a bunch of stuff over the weekend that I had to ship out yesterday and today. And so I'm having to replace all those listings before I start making my progress again.
Right. So have you set yourself a complete goal of what you want to try to accomplish by a certain date?
Yeah, the challenge that she made was to get my store built to 700 listings by the start of Q4, which is the end of this month. So
I remember she did this. I remember that night when I was watching the video that she made that challenge, but I wasn't sure if you were sticking to that date or not.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, and I'm probably, honestly, as far behind as I am right now, I'm probably not going to make it by Q4, but at least it's giving me a goal to shoot for.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm looking at is a goal to shoot for. My overall goal, honestly, is to get my channel built, or my eBay store built up to 1,000 listings. When I get it up to 1,000 listings, then that's pretty much kind of where I want to keep it. And then we're going to go back to doing our YouTube auctions and just listing to replace what sells.
Yeah, right now I've been keeping above 1,000, and I've been trying to get to 1,200. I'm trying to make it smaller goals because every time I list more, again, like you're saying, it's a good problem to have that you're selling. But then when you get that goal that you want to get to and you start selling more, you got to list more. Mm-hmm. And so that's a good thing for me because I have been keeping up at about 1,130-ish. And of course, I'm listing every day for that reason. So, yeah. Also want to welcome in the house Gary at Westside. Gary in the house.
And he and Tom are having another auction this weekend, too. So.
Oh, okay. Now, did Tom do a video yet? I didn't get a chance to see one.
I've seen him at some of the live chats, but I haven't seen him do a video yet.
Right. What's in your chops? I missed the Michigan. My body hates cold.
Cold is
closet. So yeah, that's gonna be the challenging thing in this time because of the fact that Q4 is October 1st is right around the corner already. Here we're already the 9th of September. It's like wow. But I'm glad that this year's almost over.
A big part of what I'm doing for my challenge too is we just bought a storage unit last week, or I got 2 storage units last week. And both of them had a bunch of DVDs. Between the 2 units, I got over 700 DVDs.
Oh my Lord!
Some of them off. We did some bulk lots during T and Donatello's auction last week, but that's a large portion of what I'm using to do this listing challenge. Is I'm going through those boxes of DVDs because they're easy to list, they're quick, and some of them, anything that's less than $10, we're lotting up into groups and listing that way. Because that's one of the things that we decided with my eBay store. It's just not worth listing $4 and $5 items. So anything less than a $10 sales price, we're lotting together and trying to bring that price point up. So,
when you're doing the lots of videos, how do you determine how many you're gonna put in a lot, or how much?
What I'm doing is I'm researching the values. So, and I try to give people a really good deal. So I'm doing research, and it's not just lotting random stuff together. Like if I'm going to do a lot, I'm going to do a lot of horror movies or action adventure movies, or things that would go together. But I'm also looking at the price point. So if I've got, say, 5 DVDs that sell for $5 a piece, well, that would be $25 individually sold. I'm going to list it for like $15.
Okay.
So that way they're getting a good deal. They're getting a discount for getting them in a bundle. And, but I'm able to move some of the lower end movies that way. And
now when you do your auctions, what do you determine as far as where to start your lots at, much less how many in a lot?
See, that when I'm doing YouTube auctions, it's a totally different mindset than eBay, because when I'm doing YouTube auctions, it's wholesale pricing. So I do my DVD lots at 50 cents per DVD, and I usually do 20 to 25 DVDs in a lot. So I'm usually starting at about $25. It costs me about $9 to ship that box media mail. I'll start the bidding at 25. Generally, they get right around $45 to $50 a lot.
So you start them at 25 for a lot of 25.
Yep.
Okay.
I know a lot of 50. So I'm starting them at 50 cents per DVD.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And I do that with my baseball cards and football cards too. I usually start them at about 50 cents per card and do those into a lot and do those with free shipping.
Oh, okay. Lisa says, my sealed DVDs sell within a week or two. Use one or spotty. Yeah. I usually try to tend to stay with new sealed DVDs or Blu-rays or VHSs and that kind of stuff. When I'm purchasing them wherever I go, I usually make sure they are sealed. I don't tend to use too many that I use.
Yeah, and with storage units, we can't be picky about the product we get. We get what we get. But I do go through them and make sure that the DVDs are there. They're not too badly scratched up and they're in good condition. Anything that's too bad a shape, we'll just toss them or throw them in a donation bin.
I'm not saying that I don't have any that I bought, like say, for example, in auctions online. I've bought some already, but they were a mixture of sealed and new. Yeah. They've been in good condition. So that's one thing I look at too.
Yeah, and like the ones we got, some of them are sealed, brand new, still in the package. Some of them are used. Some of them are empty cases. So we have a whole stack of empty cases. But even like the empty cases, if I got some that are like super bad scratched up, I'll throw the DVD away and keep the cases, because I can do a lot of cases for like, I can do like a lot of 50 cases for like $15, $20 on eBay.
Right. And if anyone doesn't know, Lego Man of the Midwest, that is Brandon. He has been doing a lot of live auctions with other YouTube channels. He does have his own channel. By the way, I need to give you a link. Actually, I just purchased. A lot of people have been purchasing stuff on his auctions this weekend. So I just turned your wrench on, Brandon. So if you would, go ahead and drop your link in the chat for your YouTube channel, so those that don't know you or have not checked out your channel yet, that they can go and check out your channel, and as well as subscribe to you. Let's see, I have a DVD book with all the covers, and it's containing of almost 300 or more DVDs. How would I sell that?
You can sell it as just the book. It depends on how you want to sell it. I would count how many DVDs there are. If you want to do it on eBay, or do you want to do it on
Auction.
auction. Either one. I've seen a lot of people sell them that way on auctions. On eBay, I've seen them sold that way, but I don't know how well they sell when they're like that. Usually, I see a lot of people that get a package of the cheap paper sleeves, take them out of the book, and sell them individually, just individual discs without a case.
Right.
Those who doesn't know, a lot less for them that way, but than you would if you had the cases, but they still sell. I do that with CDs too. I get boxes of CDs and books of CDs, and I'll sell them that way too.
If anyone doesn't know Lego Man, what Midwest, he just put his link in the chat. Y'all go ahead and check him out. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to him because he has been doing a lot of auctions lately. And very good personality. So y'all go check out his channel.
Yeah, that's what I've found. She was just saying some DVDs are long tail. They take a long time to sell. And that's what I found. I've had some that I'll list and they'll sit there for months. And some of them, I mean, I've had some that I had a few the other day. I listed them. And by the time I got the next one listed, they had already sold.
Nice.
I know I have the same thing when I'm listing because I tend to buy when I go to garage sales or anywhere that has even an estate sale. I try to bundle anything I can, and I'm usually spending about 34 cents a piece, no more than 50 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I just have one DVD that I'm looking for, and I can't seem to find it. Have you ever heard of the movie Mac and Me?
I've heard of the movie. I don't know if I have it in my set or not. If I do, I'll send it to you.
I have the case. Somebody went in and took the DVD and left me the case. And, well, I don't watch it. It's part of my collection. I went to go watch it with the kids, and the disc was gone. And I'm like,
no.
And it was a DVD?
It was DVD. Yeah, it's Mac and Me. And I love that movie.
I'm going to look at I have a lot that I bought through different online auctions, and I'm going to look to see what they have in there because I haven't got to those yet.
It is really hard to find, and you can find it on like eBay and stuff like that, but it's not like it's redone. It's like cover and everything is all redone, and I just want the Mac and Me back.
Queen says that the book weighs about 50 pounds.
Holy cow. It's a big book.
Yeah. Paul says that is definitely an old one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
what
an old
book?
one. The book of DVDs.
Oh.
Book of DVDs that she has up here. She said that's the one that we just asked her on. Where did it go? Where did you go? I know it's up here. Oh, here we go. She said that she had she has a DVD book with the covers and its container, which is about 300 or more DVDs. And then she asked how would she sell that.
Okay, I got a little lost. Sorry, I was trying to keep up.
Yeah, that's the one we asked James all about that.
And Gary, just an FYI, I'm not going to lie, I did let somebody borrow movies from me, DVDs from me that used to live next to me, and I found a couple DVDs missing out of the cases when they brought the case back. But I, being me, wasn't smart enough to actually check the DVD cases to make sure that the movies were in there, and that was one of them. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary.
So it wasn't in any of the DVD players.
Oh, okay.
See, Lisa says she got.
Yeah, Lisa. See, yeah, you got to look at them because there's some of these that'll go for cheap, and some of them will go for a lot of money.
You got Stephen King DVDs.
I do. I love Stephen King movies.
Especially when they go for $30, $40, and $50.
No.
I know I have a lot of Stephen King books I need to start listing, which is my next set of stuff to list and take pictures and get ready. Because I bought a whole series of Stephen King books.
My favorite Stephen King book is called Rose Madder. And I have it on disc so I can listen to it. But that is one of my all-time favorites of Stephen King. He gets stuck listening to it over and over and over.
Well, you never listened to the whole thing. I never heard the ending yet. She keeps starting it over.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Okay, so in my defense, I lost it during each move that I've ever moved. I lost the disc. I found it now, so we'll be able to listen to it as we work and get through it. But it's a really good book. So if you haven't read it and you're into that Stephen King, read that book.
You said The Rose?
It's called Rose Matter.
Oh, okay.
And it is a crazy, crazy, typical Stephen King book. And so I love it.
Well, I got a question for you guys, because I have a lot of DVDs that I want to get rid of. They're just kind of dumped off on me. I don't really know how to sell them because they're adult DVDs. Any suggestions on that?
Well, I don't know about that. Probably Facebook Marketplace, I guess, because I think from what I understand, I know someone who was doing those type of videos and comic books and things like that, and he had to do it in a private store. And so now that we're going to manage payments, they're not allowed to do that on eBay. So I don't know. Good morning, Anthony. Every day I'm hustling.
That's Nate.
Yeah, it's Nate.
Nate, I'm sorry.
You already said hi to Anthony.
Yeah, I said it. I realized
that kind of stuff. It usually goes in the trash.
I don't know.
That got dumped off and not.
They just been sitting over there on the shelf, and then I got paper over the front of them because we have kids and stuff, you know. So. Well,
like I said, I think if I'm not mistaken, one of the things that this particular eBay YouTuber had talked about was he didn't know how he was going to continue. He was hoping he could sell them all before he had to go to manage payments. So.
Oh, wow.
Dawn and Mary, two hip chicks in the house. Good morning and hello.
Yeah,
Dawn and Mary.
I'm not sure about that. And maybe Facebook Marketplace might be the place for that. I'm not sure. I don't deal with that stuff.
I don't know if they allow that kind of stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm saying I don't know.
Online store sites don't allow that kind of content.
Yeah.
You better kick that.
All right, Richard. Well, thank you, and don't work too hard.
You're dropping off.
Yard sale. Let some old grandma rummaging through your D-days.
I have pictures for you.
Okay.
So I just I remembered and wanted to make sure I told you to remind me so I don't forget again.
Okay. So you're reminding each other about something you might not forget.
Yeah. I tend to forget a lot of things unless I write it down, and then I lose the paper that I write it all down on. So I just try to tell him to remind me.
Lisa says you should see how the old ladies in a used bookstore act when they are getting and when they get donated adult DVDs. They act like they've seen. They act like ever touched them in the toxic.
Gary,
did they demonstrate the usage, Gary?
Hey, everybody.
Good morning, Charlie. How are you doing this morning?
Great. I'm trying to get ready, and it just isn't working out. So I figured I'd just join y'all and say good morning.
Yeah,
victorious.
I'm like sitting here going, I've got way too much going on.
Yeah. If y'all haven't seen her videos before, she does. Charlie does it forever your best friend. And she does it with others that she collaborates with, and they live in an RV, and it talks about children of your animal pets, dogs, to be exact. So if you haven't checked her out, go ahead and do that. And don't forget to put your link in the chat, Charlie.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to do that.
That way I can check it out.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. But I like you said earlier, I'm going through a bunch of stuff, and every day it's like new stuff, new postcards, new things. I'm like,
Right. Yeah. That's how we got on the topic of postcards. And then the last time you were on, you were talking about pins. How did that go so far for you?
Oh, it's been really interesting. I took your advice. I put on the gloves. I was ready and looked at things and looked at special stuff. There's a lot of information, and it can be overwhelming, quite honestly. Yeah. So I have to get to a point where it's like, something might be worth $100, but am I okay with selling for $75? Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Let it go.
Right. Yeah. Especially if you have any of those that have markings on the back of them. That's what you really got to look for, because you don't want to shortchange yourself, because it could be something that's a great investment that your guy left for you. You know.
But once again, I'm like, it deserves a good home. So
Right,
whichever
exactly.
home you'd like to go to, go.
And that's what I do with a lot of my stuff. That it's like I've enjoyed it. I'm tired of dusting it. It's time to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
I want to
Westside
enjoy
Gary.
it now while I'm living, much less leave it there and somebody come and fight for it later. You know.
Absolutely.
I don't want that. I want to be able to enjoy it myself. So yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna have to head out. I gotta go do some daddy stuff and take care of some of the kids for a little bit.
You take care of yourself, and good luck on getting all those listings done.
I will. I'm working on doing some more today. I'm trying to get to about 30 or 40 listings today. So
Right.
I've already got 10 drafts done this morning. So I'm gonna do some more this afternoon.
Right.
Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you
you
later.
too, James. Thank you for coming and stopping by with us. And so you're working on postcards now. How did you finish listing taking care of all those pens?
Not all of them, but I had a pretty good. I got a good start. You know, it's one of those things where you sit there and you're, okay, now it's time to take a break. I got to move it on to something else.
Right.
So and it's okay. We'll get there. It just takes a while.
That's all you can do is one piece at a time.
Yeah. It's not a race. I think that should be my tagline, or that should be yours, is one piece at a time.
Yep.
There you go.
Not a race. It's how you get there and you complete it one piece at a time.
I was just curious as to how, we're talking about things going on with the economy and what's going on in the world. You know, I was wondering how that was affecting reselling. You know, is it a good or bad thing? Because a lot of people are looking to get rid of quite a few things that they have lying around the house. But are people actually buying? So that's what I was looking at these days, is that something I need to hold on to, and do I need to wait, or how long is this going to last? Who knows?
And so my opinion about that is, and I've heard this on several news clippings and things like that, how the new economy is all e-commerce, all online.
Correct.
And so because of the situation that we are going through, that is something that is going to be, this year is going to probably be the most that people are going to buy online.
Yeah.
You know, no matter if it's a gift for somebody or a thought of something that they might be collecting, but it's there, and the income coming in on the e-commerce is definitely on the rise.
I will be right back.
Okay. So yeah, that's just something you have to do, and always look at what you're wanting to list and get rid of first, you know.
Right.
And again, like I was telling you the other day, don't forget, whenever you do go to list something, go with how many are listed compared to how many sold. And if you find you have more sold than listed, then definitely you want to list that item.
Yeah.
Before you go on to the next thing, yeah.
It's been really interesting. Like I said, I am learning, and that's okay. There you go.
And like I tell a lot of people, you got to still crawl before you can walk, much less run.
Very true.
Absolutely.
And so don't forget to drop the link in the chat. Make sure that everyone's subscribed to each other. That way, if anybody needs some help with something, they can always contact you or go commute. Make sure they follow you on any videos you may put out. James has to go, so thank you, James. And there's the link to her YouTube channel. That way y'all can go and check her out. And she does. How often in the week you do your lives?
Oh, it's really fun. So we do a Dog Talk Tuesday at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, which is fun. Which is just regular, everyday people. If you have a dog, you don't have to be an expert. Just come in and talk about your dog. Yeah. And then Thursdays we do a Yappy Hour at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, which is really awesome. This week we've got a really cool music producer from Nashville who put together a nice album. Actually, during the whole COVID thing, and every single track is about a different dog breed, and the proceeds of that album goes to help quite a few local rescues, which is neat. So we're going to have him on. So
I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah. It's Thursday at 8:00.
Okay.
It's cool.
Let's see. You sure I didn't miss anybody? Oh, let's see. Miss J. Mary says wouldn't have. Yeah, I understand that. That was when they were talking about the adult movies. You just never know where the comics, the subject's going to take us in the morning.
It's a Wednesday. It's a hump day, so it's a short work week for those people working. So it's a little different.
And tonight we have our with Queen Cleopatra and myself. We have our 5:00 traffic jam auction hump day. At 5:00 today on my channel at 5:00 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
And I'll actually
we also have our guest Danica. Lady Doug Jump will be on tonight.
Usually on Wednesdays we're running around in the evening, but I'll actually be able to watch your auction tonight.
5 p.m. Eastern, and Danica is going to be our guest today.
Cool, cool.
Very cool. All right. Well, I'm learning everything. So I really appreciate all the comments. I have to say that I'm learning a lot of different techniques and different sites, and I'm going to look up that hip postcard today because I was curious to see if anyone had used it. But I understand people are a little leery of monthly fees, you know, especially if they're just trying onesie twosies things. So
exactly,
I've got enough that it could make it work. So you know, we'll see what happens.
And I want to thank you for coming into the community, because I know you've been coming in on a regular basis and asking questions, which is the only way you're going to learn or find out something. And I really thank you for doing that, because even though you do have your own platform with having to do with animals and dogs, you're exploring into this community with us for reselling. And so I'm just glad that we were all able to help you out as you adventure into that new adventure. Yeah, it's always every day's like I always say, every day's a holiday and every meal's a banquet. Every adventure, you never know what it's going to bring you to.
Hickory Springs, Valerie's in the chat. Happy birthday, dear.
Oh, yeah, it is her birthday.
There she is. I was just going to tell you she's in the chat. Happy birthday.
Yay.
Yeah, we were hoping you would come in.
Yes, for sure.
She was talking about you right at the beginning about it being your birthday. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming in and being able to be part of this community where we can help you as much as we can. And that you don't hesitate on asking questions, because that's the only way you're going to learn or even find out about something that you're interested in.
For sure. When I started selling online, I mean, I've always sold like privately and local and whatever. But when I started turning it into a business, I utilized YouTube and the information on there so much. And I used to hate asking questions. I felt I was asking too much, you know, like I don't want to be annoying to these people. And I never got that feeling from 99% of the people on there.
Yeah.
It's been really welcome. I have to say thank you, because it has been really welcoming, and I appreciate it, because I get just the opposite. I get the whole, my dog's not sleeping. What do I feed my dog? How can I get him to stop barking? I get those kind of questions all the time, because I know it's a dog lady, and that's okay, and I'm fine with that. And that's just it's what you represent and who you hang out with. But there's lots of different communities on YouTube I found, and there's some really amazing ones, and you guys happen to be an amazing one. So that's a nice thing to say.
And the reason I found you was because I've been watching Crazy Shepherds, and so I do watch a lot of dog channels, and that's how you came referred to me on one of my videos that you came up on, and that's how I've been watching you, and I've been noticing how you've been coming into the chat as well. So I just wanted to make sure we welcome you with open arms. And don't forget that if you ever have any questions, I'm sure anyone that's in the chat, if we don't know, someone who does know can help you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. But thank you.
Valerie said she overslept. It's okay. It's your birthday. And you don't have a dog.
And I just want to point out real quick, just touch on that before we jump. Lisa C, just verify the info you get. Yeah. Anything that you hear on YouTube, don't take it as like the
real
gospel.
What I've always done is I've been referred or turned on to, or things brought to my attention, and then I always dug deeper and do your own research on it. But like in the beginning, sometimes you don't even know where to begin your research. Well, YouTube was like the landing point. But yeah, always verify, because there is misinformation that is out there. So always verify.
Yeah. Good point. And that's one thing I have to say. When I first started, granted, I was watching a lot of different channels, but I was taking all the information they were giving me and I was writing it down on a notepad to where I would go and research it myself, just so I know that if I'm going to get into this, I want to know more about it myself. So then I do a little bit more research before I even go anywhere into
I still do that. I have these little scrap pieces of paper. They're just full of little notes that I got to go out later, you know.
And when I first started, that's exactly what I did. I always kept the little old notepads. Even when I like to recycle paper. So if I have a lot of paper that I need to reuse, I'll cut them into 4, just so I have 4 different notepads just to write something on. And that's how I started. And then I started researching just to make sure before I say, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to know more about it. And that's the best thing to do on anything that you get any kind of recommendations or referrals or things like that.
And Crystal's right too. She says not everything works for everyone. Different ways to run different business. Yeah, exactly. You know, so what I did is I just found a little bit of everything that I liked from different people and just kind of molded it into my own.
Stickies everywhere.
Right. And the best thing about it is that you're gonna find whatever works best for you, no matter what anyone ever refers to you or says or comments or thing like that. But you're the only one that can definitely work in the way you need it to work for you.
I would agree. I would agree.
Through like two thick notebooks when he first started watching YouTube, and went from selling stuff, like on Marketplace in the community, to going on to eBay and stuff like that, or rejoining eBay because he was selling on eBay way back in the day.
Way back in the day of money orders.
Yeah.
And so, he went through two notebooks, pretty thick notebooks, and I don't know where those went, but
I memorized them, so I got.
You're so. No,
I know when I first
a
started.
lot of research. Like, a lot of people know on YouTube that he is the Google King, and if people can't find an answer, they come to him, and he will find them an answer, and he will send them the links. I try.
If I don't know the answer, I try to at least find the best answer that I'm capable of giving. I won't usually just tell you, I don't know, ask somebody else. I'll be like, let me see what I can figure out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, because that also helps you too, even though you don't know the answer. At least it makes your knowledge on what you're looking for or research.
Exactly.
That's what I like about it. Because when I started YouTube, I actually started watching the YouTube Academy, where they basically cover different things about what to do, what not to do, what not to put in your videos, and that kind of stuff. And I still watch it to this day. But when I first started, I'm constantly writing notes, right? Note. Now I just listen to it and I can absorb it because I've already been through so much of it already. But yeah, that's another good thing too when you're doing YouTube.
What did I start watching when I started?
eBay assignment stores. Lisa says she started eBay working part-time at a quick drop eBay consignment store.
Oh.
And learned a lot there. Wow.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
I never knew you had that.
I know someone that actually started working in a like a UPS or a United States Postal Service, or like a UPS drop-off, where they were learning how to pack things. Because that was the whole idea. It was like, how do you learn how to pack correctly very fragile or very interesting items? Right. So we always say there's too much, shipping and packaging. And she's like, you know what? You have a choice. You can either overpack it and not pay so much for the insurance. You take your pick on certain things.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But especially when they were saying recently that a lot of people are having trouble where the post office, some of the postal clerks that are driving these trucks are in such a rush that they just throw things. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things you have to be mindful for when doing any kind of packing. Is it going to land there completely in one piece, like you're sending it out?
Absolutely.
And that's to go that extra mile when you're packing something for an order.
Absolutely. And I can speak through experience on this one. When I was in college, one of my jobs was I worked for the Postal Service. It was the funniest thing I ever did. They had what they called casual carriers at the time, which were part-time workers, and they would put you anywhere. They would make you, go deliver mail. They pick you up those relay boxes that you drop off your mail at, and all those things. And they were really rough. We were very rough with a lot of stuff. So it makes you think twice about how you're going to pack stuff.
Yeah.
My brother worked for UPS, and he said if you ship anything through UPS, pack it so it can fall, because the boxes go up a conveyor belt and actually take an 8-foot drop into a sorter. So he's like, pack everything as if you're going to take it,
drop it from your roof.
Yeah.
And he does. He
got it today.
Like that.
Wow. Well, it's something to think about. I mean, we just don't think about those things, but it's true. Yeah.
And I also learned with the postal office is never market fragile.
Yeah.
Never market fragile, because they take that as a personal challenge, I think.
Yeah. That's true, because I've seen some packages come through where it's amazing. You get these looks like they've been through on the tire or in the track marks or through the mud.
Yep.
Lord Jesus.
We've actually had a package get run over.
Yeah,
wow.
I shipped an old Commodore keyboard, and the guy got it, and he sent me a picture of it. It looked like a forklift tire. I mean, you could see the tire track went right over it.
And
Yeah.
it's amazing how that looks sometimes. And then she says, Hickory says, yeah, fragile is a dare.
Yeah.
It is very much so. But and we had when we first started, we had like all the fragile stickers and all these other types of stickers that we haven't used any of them. They're still in the drawer.
If anybody wants any fragile stickers, I'll send them to you because I think
it should be a challenge though. If you're gonna do a sticker, do something like grandma's fresh baked cookies. Like something that would make them go, ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, then those packages come up missing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and enjoying the information and the questions.
Well, I've got to scoot, but I do appreciate your letting me come up and say hi.
Yes.
And Tommy, Destiny, nice to finally meet you again. This is great.
As well.
So
Nice.
we'll keep asking the questions and then seeing what you guys can come up with because we appreciate the answers.
Well, you're welcome and thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, later. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and end this show today. And don't forget, today is Wednesday, so there's going to be our auction tonight at Hump Day, 5 o'clock traffic jam auction tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Come out and check us out. And don't forget, we are here every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget to set your reminders and or your notifications to all notifications so you won't miss out any videos that we put out. And so with that being said, as I always say on every video, love always, love is forever. Thank y'all so much for coming and supporting the channel. We'll see y'all next time on Coffee with Kajun.
Much love, everybody.
Much love.